Hello everyone, myself Vignesh Anand. In this video, we are going to see about the circuit breakers. Normally, the circuit breakers in the sense a switching device which is used for opening and closing of your circuit, which means not like a normal switch, which can be operated manually or remotely uh, by ourselves. So the circuit breaker is the main replacement of your fuses and also the manual operating device, mechanical devices, which means nowadays the mechanical devices which can be operated electrically either from local operation or remote operations also. So in this way, the circuit breaker has been developed for switching operations only. So a circuit breaker, it is a mechanical switching device that can make break or carry a circuit either manually or automatically under a normal or a abnormal condition. So it can easily make or break even under a abnormal condition also. If there is any fault means automatically the breaker get tripped by sensing the faults. Next, it consists of a fixed and a movable contacts called electrodes. During normal operation, these are remains closed and conduct the load. Then, when there is a any need of manual shutdowns or under abnormal condition or a fault condition, the circuit breaker movable contact will move and tripping will be initiated. So then the types of circuit breakers, there are different types of circuit breakers as per our usage in our site. Air circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker, oil circuit breaker, minimum oil and bulk oil, SF6, which means sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, vacuum circuit breaker, molded case circuit breaker, the normal miniature circuit breaker, residual circuit breaker, and residual current earth fault, which means earth leakage circuit breakers. Likewise, there are different types of circuit breakers are available, and we will study each circuit breaker separately in coming up videos. Next, coming up to downside, there is one simple diagram done for a circuit breaker, which means normally the circuit breaker is connected with the line and the CT which senses the current going in our line. So the tripping circuit, which means the trip coil is connected with your relay, and that relay will senses the current, secondary current in your current transformer. So whenever there is any fault current or high current is flowing on, automatically the trip relay get initiated, which means the relay will initiate the trip to your tripping coil, and the tripping coil will initiate the trip to your circuit breaker, and the circuit breaker get opened. So in this way, the circuit breaker operating will be done, as I said. So the circuit breaker which is connected with your line and the current transformer which senses the line current. So the relay which is parallelly connected with your secondary side, which means secondary value of your CT. Then the for relay operating, battery connections are been done, and the relay auxiliary will goes to your tripping circuit. So in any chance, if there is any fault current or over the persisting value of your protection level current, automatically your relay gets senses and it will initiate the trip to your circuit breaker. Then the circuit breaker get opened. So this is your basic overview of your circuit breaker operations. It is totally carried out by a electrical operations only in this diagram. Actually we can manually operate, which means mechanically also we can operate the circuit breaker. And also uh, the so basic principle operation is that internally circuit breakers are basically made up of pairs of metallic contacts. Both fixed and movable contacts are even used in addition to an operating coil. Under a normal condition, closed circuit, these contacts are touching each other follows the flow of current. These moving contacts are held together thanks to the mechanical pressure exerted by another mechanism, which means a spring or a compressed air. Next, the pressure on the moving coil, which means the moving contact, is possibly thanks to the potential energy to the mentioned pressure mechanism. When an overload occurs in the electrical circuit, the operating coil is charged with the energy and plunger connected to the mechanism of the moving contacts allows the energy stored in the mechanism to be released, then allowing the moving contacts to the separate as well, which means it automatically it trips. As the moving contact separates, the circuit inside the CB opens, interrupting the flow of current and protect the system from further damage or anything. So in this way the operating mechanism will be done. Then arc phenomenon. During at the time of opening and closing, there will be some arc will be produced inside the mechanism itself, which means inside the moving contacts of your uh, breaker. So during this operation of the circuit breaker, the arc is the one needed to be clearly observed. So the arc phenomenon is the circuit breaker takes place at the time of fault cases. For instance, when there is an extensive flow of current across the contacts before the defensive approaches take place and initiates the contacts. So in this way the arc has been created, so we need to reduce those arcs inside the circuit breaker. For that we are using different types, which means different types of arcing suppressor elements like air, vacuum, hexaf sulfur hexafluoride, oil. So these and all uh, the breaker types are classified according to your arcing suppression materials. So reason for the arc, main reason for the arc is the potential variation that exists between the contacts, then ionized particle those are in between your contacts. So this potential variation that is in between the contacts is enough for the existence of an arc. As the distance of the contact is minimum, in addition, the ionization material holds the ability to perceive the arc. So, in order to reduce this arc, we are using arc extinguishing chamber inside the breaker itself. Then the arcing, which means the arc suppression material like SF6 and oil, then vacuum. These and all the main things which can reduce your arcs. And also nowadays uh, the SF6 type is mainly used in up to a high voltage and also ultra high voltage also. They have used this SF6 type of breakers. Next, basics type of your breaker. The breaker is divided into AC and DC breakers. Normally, the AC breakers are commonly found in every substation. For a long distance substation, DC powers are being used. So, in this DC power, which means DC line, we are using the DC circuit breakers. Now, in AC circuit breaker, further classified into high voltage and low voltage. The low voltage in the sense miniature circuit breaker, molded case circuit breaker, residual current, earthly case circuit breakers, air, which means up to 15 kV. We are using the air circuit breakers. So, in this case, we can mention those things as a low voltage circuit breakers. Coming up to high voltage circuit breaker, it is further classified into oil circuit breaker and oilless circuit breaker. Here the oil in the sense the quenching material or a quenching medium is used as a arc quenching medium is used as a oil. So that is been further classified into a bulk oil and low level, which means minimum oil or minimal oil circuit breaker. Then oil coming up to oilless circuit breaker. So when we are using oilless circuit breakers, in the sense we can reduce the leakage of the oil, such a kind of errors in your circuit breaker. So they can use this air circuit breaker or air brake, air blast circuit breaker, SF6 sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, then vacuum circuit breaker. So the quenching medium will be different, and also uh, it is a upgraded one. Nowadays we are using this SF6 and vacuum circuit breaker. SF6 will be used in your uh, higher voltage level of your substations also. Like for the in XS6 itself, we can easily divide that XS6 breaker as a single interrupter, double interrupter, four interrupter, like that according to our substation level we can use those SS6 level. For a vacuum circuit breaker we will commonly use in your switch gears, like for a 33 kV switch gear up to 66 kV switch gear we can use this vacuum circuit breaker. Then air brake and air burst circuit breaker will be commonly, most of the air brake and air burst circuit breaker will be used in your low level voltage level, which means like for low level voltage systems we will use those air blast circuit breakers. So hope you understand. I think so in coming up videos we will see the each and every breaker types. Thanks for watching my video. Nandri, vanakkam. Share your knowledge and gain your knowledge. Nandri, vanakkam.